the,
Here's, first of all, I show you my, also, in the hospital, what they did to me. This is all my blood. This is all my blood. That on the 26th, from 10 o'clock night time until 9 o'clock in the morning. The next day I was in the hospital and sick. Emergency, I went there. I didn't see no doctor. The IV in my arm, and the nurse kicked me out from the hospital and bleeding all over. This is just for that, okay?
Damn.
Let me give you my paper.
Oh, yes, sir. Wait a second, let me put this over here.
Everything I have. This person right, where's my sign? Excuse me.
Right there. Alright, you have to sign right here. Okay, sir, let me help you out.
Yeah, okay.
Go ahead.
Here you can see I'm not lying. This is the Charlotte L. Parker, right?
Charlotte L. Parker.
That's me. Her name is not here, but I have another paper to show you. I went to the court today. She had my court date that she steal my stuff from my storage. She take away my car. She closed the bank account. I was on the account with her mother. And finally, Charlotte L. Parker with Joseph S. Mahon threw me out of the house on this date, March 27,
2023.
2023. I was abused by both from March 27 until now. I want justice. This one I show you, her name is not here, and she didn't show up in the court today in Lathem. She's supposed to come back on the court on the 24th, right there.
Thank you, sir.
You can see it right here. Right here.
Yes.
She's supposed to be here today at the 3rd. She did not come. Okay?
Damn.
Now, I show you my legal paperwork.
Alrighty, sir. What's your name, sir?
Muhammed Sulaimani. I'm from Afghanistan.
First of all, I want to say it's a pleasure to meet you, sir.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
My name
too.
is James.
Okay, James. Thank you.
Pleasure to meet you.
Thank you. This is right here. That I just show you the yellow. That's why I went to Lathem today. And this was my court date with her right here.
Right here. Okay.
On the 3rd. She didn't show up. On the 24th, she has to come back. You saw the okay? This is
Hold it for you, man.
okay. 1 second, 95.
It's okay, man. Don't worry about it, man.
Sorry, this is
It's okay. It's
very,
okay.
very
It's
bad
okay,
thing.
man. It's okay. It's okay.
Okay, this paper I show you.
I just want to help you share your story, man.
This paper I show you is very important.
Okay.
This paper is from her mother. That I know her when she was in Virginia 20 years ago. She lived with me in my apartment. She was sleeping in her car as a homeless. But she's very, very nice woman. I have a lot of respect for her. She's nice. She's in the nursing home right now. Rosewood Rensselaer in New York. She's there from 1 year. I was her caregiver for 3 years in Virginia from 2002 to 2005. And I was her caregiver at the 3 Orbit Circle, her house, since 2012 until March the 27th, 2023. You saw the paper. This is her mother. You want to read it? You can take a picture
Yes,
of
sir.
it.
Yes, sir. I can't. Okay, wait a second. Let me just take this. Put this against. Let me just. Yeah. I'm just gonna.
When you can take a picture, I read it.
Okay, sir. Here.
This is
Her mother.
This is your mother. She's writing for Charlotte Parker. This is your mother, December 3, 2022. Jane Parker, that's the mother name. Charlotte, your power of attorney has nothing to do with my home, car, my storage, and bank accounts. Everything you are doing is wrong. It is illegal. Muhammed Sulaimani, that's me, has lived with me in my home more than 10 years. Stop doing this illegal things. You cannot press any charges against Muhammed Sulaimani, and I don't want to press charge against him. Please stop doing this. This is her mother's signature. This is her writing again. This is the second page here. Also it's from her mother. Friday, December 2nd.
So the day before.
Day before. I am Gene Parker. Unit Prime Storage, number G618. Muhammad A. Sulaimani was on this account legally. Charlotte Parker was not on this account. She illegally put a lock on this storage without my permission. Gene Parker. I did not give her power of attorney for this storage. I'm writing this from Rehabilitation in Rosewood Center in Rensselaer, New York. Signature here, both pages. And this is that I copied, same thing printed. You can see the same thing. Oh, that was the original.
And that was the
Here,
printed one.
the same thing on that paper. This is the date was signed again on this paper is January 6, 2023. This is the same thing. You saw it, December the 3. Again, her signature here.
They did, sir.
Gene H. Parker, January 6, 2023. And I was her caregiver for the total of 14 years. Last year, this month, August, 2 women from DSS Social Service with Mr. Mahan that worked for the building department in Lathem, they came over there for condemned the house. They gave me 2 weeks. I cleaned the house. They came back in 2 weeks with the 2 women. They said, thank you, Mr. Sulaimani. You did a good job. Do another 2 weeks, a little boxes here and there, clean it up. I did. And 2 weeks later, I called Charlotte Parker, the one I'm against her. I called her, I told her that they coming tomorrow. She said the case is closed. She talked to Mr. Joseph S. Mahan and the DSS, the 2 women, the case is closed. That was last year. This year, on March 21st, I received a paper, hand delivery to me on March 21st. March 21st. Sorry, wait, I put that.
It's okay, man. Don't worry about it.
It's fine.
It's okay, man. Look, so I just want to be here to share your story and hopefully help you get justice and the things that you deserve.
Here is it, Mr. Mahan, as I'm showing it to you again on the board. First, Joseph S. Mahan. In the bottom, see it?
Joseph S. Mahan.
You right,
Third.
Joseph S. Mahan. You can see it over here on the paper.
This man, Sir Muhammed Sulaimani, right, sir?
Yes,
Was abused by Charlotte Parker.
Charlotte
And
L. Parker.
Charlotte L. Parker and
And
Joseph
S.
Milan
Mahan.
III.
This is right here, his signature, Joseph S. Mahan. And this is the letter that I received
From the town of Toledo.
from this one. And this guy that I saw him last year, as I mentioned,
The senior building inspector.
gave me only 5 days notice from that date.
5 days.
Yes, that's fine.
Yeah, you can grab it. okay, man.
1 second, please.
Listen, I probably could like hold it and do it too. Yeah, just put it right there, I
I
guess.
put this one.
Yeah, just put it
Top
on
one.
there, man.
This one, you can see 5 days notice. I have to leave on March the 27th.
On the 27th day of March.
That's the date I left. When I received this paper, I took it to the police station in Colony Police Department and I showed it to the police. The police told me they cannot do anything. Send me to this address to go there. I went to this address to find Mahan. Mahan was not there at the desk. Was a woman. She came back with other 3 people and threatening me to leave the building. Leave the building. If I don't leave the building, they will call the police. They threat me. They says, go, you have to leave the house. That's why I was left
Oh, your house, okay.
from
Okay.
their building.
Okay.
Then I went back to my home at 3 Orbit Circle, Lathem, New York, zip 12110. I stay there. I called a legal aid, a woman attorney that I saw her before, week before or 2 weeks before. She told me, she advised me to leave the house before they locked me up that date. At that date was rain and snow with my 2 handbag in my hand. Very, very bad rain and snow together. It's very cold. I left the house. I was not thinking to where I'm going. I was finally find out myself about couple miles. I was inside the shopper warehouse and Lathem sitting on the bench, very upset, very sick. And I pick up my phone. I called Adult Protective Service. A woman come on the phone. She told me where I am. I told her the story. I don't have no place to go. She sent me an Uber driver. The Uber driver come pick me up and she says she can give me 1 night room for Ramada Hotel in Albany and I have to be discharged on 11 o'clock in the morning the next day on the 28th of March, which I did. When I left there, I had appointment with social service. That day I went to social service. I think it was around 1 o'clock or 1:30 in the afternoon. I went there, I told my situation and social service sent me to a shelter. The shelter, I have to go 6 o'clock there, evening time, leave 8 in the morning and come back 6 o'clock. I have to be out for 10 hours, which I refused. I did not go there. Finally, I was so sick, around 7, 8 o'clock, fall down on the sidewalk, very dizzy, vertigo. My blood pressure was high. 2, 3 people in the van come, a woman and man. They told me, they gave me 3 choices. I have to go to the hospital or go to the shelter, or they gave me a blanket. So if I sleep outside. So I choose the blanket. Now I don't have no place to go again with my blanket and 2 handbag, small, my personal things, walking about 10 blocks, went to Lark and Central Avenue. My friend lived there, his name is Abdullah, 80 years old. 1 room, a small room, the only 1 bed for himself, unfurnished room. My long coat, winter coat was with me. That night, as I mentioned, was very, very cold day before, and the next day, I put my long coat, make it as a mattress for myself, unfurnished room, and the jacket that I'm wearing right now, this jacket was with me also. I take off this jacket that I'm wearing. I make it as a pillow. Around 10:30 night time, my friend Abdullah, he turned off the light to go to sleep. I said yes. He turned off the light. About 5 minutes, I get very, very dizzy, unusual dizzy, and very sick. I told Abdullah to turn down the light back, please. And I got my stuff with me, the two-hand small bag with my personal things, walk 4 blocks on Lark Street until I get on Central Avenue. I fall down again in the sidewalk, very sick. I called 911. The ambulance arrived. They took me from 28th of March, take me to Albany Medical Center. I was there for 3 days for vertigo, depression, stress, high blood pressure. I was very sick. From there, the DSS, they sent me again back to the other shelter where I am right now, 35 South Ferry Street, Albany, New York, 12202. I'm there since April 5th. After the 31st, I left the hospital again on April 4th. I was on the sidewalk again. I fall for 4 o'clock in the morning. Again, I called the ambulance. Ambulance come, pick me up, take me back to Albany Medical Center, to the hospital. Then from there, they discharged me the same day, sent me to this shelter, and since that, I'm here. Again, I went to the hospital on April the 25th, emergency, back to the hospital. About a week ago, as I mentioned earlier, show my blood on my sleeve and my shirt, that they kicked me out from the hospital, waiting on the waiting room for 10 to 12 hours from nighttime, 10, 11 o'clock until 9 in the morning. And my right arm was a IV. They draw my blood, and I was waiting for the doctor. They purposely, the nurse at St. Peter Hospital, pull out the IV from my arm. That was, I was bleeding, and go back, catch a bus, come back to the shelter where I am right now, as I mentioned earlier. Then I fall down again inside the shelter. Then another ambulance come pick me up, take me to the other hospital. I was there for 5 hours, and I left from there, and I'm very sick. I'm tired. I was abused by these 2 people, and I want justice. Is enough?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I was like, you specific. So, Chelsea, was she the nurse? Can you explain everything?
Who?
So wait. So was who was the person? It was Chelsea? Oh wait. So I know.
Charlotte?
Yeah. Wait, Charlotte. Yeah, Charlotte.
Charlotte
Who
Parker.
was she? Was she the nurse, or who was she in the story? Was she?
You talking the hospital or where?
Who was Charlotte?
Charlotte, the daughter of Jean Parker.
Okay.
The one is
The Jean Parker University Hospital.
Jean Parker, the one is in the nursing home, Rensselaer, Rosewood.
Okay.
She's the one that I was take care of her in Virginia for 3 years, from 2002 to 2005. In 2012, I moved in her house, Jean Parker. Jean Parker, that's her house that I was living for 11 years, caregiver for her. She was very sick, she was disabled. I was do everything for her 24 hours. I was live with her. Charlotte is her daughter, the one that I have a 3 case with her. One I went earlier, I mentioned that she didn't show up in the court. I have another court date with her on this month at the 10th, go to family court. Then I have another case I just turned it in 2 weeks ago to the Supreme Court. I'm waiting for the judge for the motion. And thank you very much.
No problem, sir. Muhammad, I just want to say it was nothing but the best. I hope they're able to find, like, I'll be able to find housing and everything. I'm hoping I can get you back, like, and feet and everything. I will think about the best, sir.
Please, if you can help me, like I said.
I will share this immediately. I actually have to go back down to the hotel, actually, on Hampton Inn. So.
Where are you going to share this? How you share?
Instagram, YouTube.
YouTube.
Yes.
Everybody can see it?
Yes.
Everybody, everywhere?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
You gonna do it today?
Yes, I will, sir.
Oh, get my phone number.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Already, I won't just a moment. Okay.